What's up guys, Aroneous here, back with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Today's video I'm going to be running into Ice Golem. So it's going to be hard mode Ice Golem, and I'm going to show you a team that you've probably never seen before in terms of a duo team when we get to the boss. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so you have no idea how excited I am for this team, because this is a fusion champion that a lot of people probably actually skipped out on, and it is Oella. So Oella is actually a crazy strong healer. And she provides increased resistance, which is super powerful. It's going to play a big role in terms of the video today, because she has resistance in dungeons by 75. Plus she fills turn meter of allies. She also places increased resistance for 2 turns. Then she has a big heal, and it increases the duration of all buffs by 1 turn, and has a decreased speed debuff as well, which can come in handy at certain times. Of course, against the Ice Golem boss, probably best not to put on the decreased speed, because when you're placing the HP burns, because the best way to take down the Ice Golem boss in hard mode is HP burn, of course. And then, of course, in this video, I have Artak coming in as my second champion for a duo. And for the waves, I have like a seer wave clear. Now, I don't have full books on this champion, on Artak, but I will go over the stats and everything at the end. I'm not going to show you all the gear on the champions, but I will do that at the end. So let's go right into the team here. I'm going to be able to run it at least once, and it is 100% success rate so far. I haven't had an issue. Of course, we got super raid, so I might as well super raid it. So yeah, so Oella's in the lead. We've got Archmage, we've got Seer, we've got Renegade, because I'm free to play on this account, and it is a late to closer to end game free to play account. And I've got my team set up going on right now. I made this team today. I went through Ice Golem and beat everything because I re-geared Artak yesterday and then focused on upgrading his gear. So of course I'll go over the gear at the end. Now, in terms of speed and other stats, if you're farming as much as possible in live arena, that's why I have higher stats. Okay, so these stats are because of the increase with the I think area bonuses is what it's called from live arena. So my Oella has 63,000 HP, 3,400 defense, almost 3,500, 274 speed, 406 resistance, 300 accuracy, we'll call it. Archmage, only rank 5, level 50. He's got the time slip ability. So Oella, you don't need to worry about anything. She just does everything the right way. When you get to the boss, though, you want to prioritize the Hand of Spring and then the Morphosis. Archmage, I've got him on round 1, Psychic Guidance, then Time Slip second, because he's having adding additional buffs, which is going to help with the Seer Strip ability. And he's 255 speed. He's basically, you just need him for the speed and the accuracy, because he's also going to help you on the second wave with Time Slip, which is going to help stun the enemies. And then he's going to do the Psychic Guidance second. Seer, on the other hand, she's our full damage dealer for the waves. So we've got Karma Burn first, shut off Clan Banner. Then we've got Karma Burn again. But first I start off with Clan Banner, because Renegade only has a 2 turn on the decrease or the reset ability. So the cooldowns, she only has a 2 turn. She's not Kymar, so it is what it is. I just don't have Kymar. I don't have Yumeko. I don't have stronger reset champs. So I do have Seer here. Again, she's going to have additional speed because of the live arena bonuses. Accuracy, you need at least about 320. 193 speed. She's a little bit slow, but once I get her to 6-star blessing, she's going to get a lot better stats. Right now, she is a 4-star blessing. Of course, having blessings on your champions is going to be more beneficial for you, just in general. So, Renegade, we want to turn off Sacrificial Ritual on the first round. Round 2, we want to start off with a Sacrificial Ritual. So you just need to get her to 267 speed or 260 plus speed. I try to make her faster than these 3 champs, 1, 2, and 3. Of course, if she's faster than Oella, I would get more buffs, and then I would be able to kill the second wave easier, because Oella could then just go with this ability, for example, the increased resistance. That's probably what I would want to go with, because the more buffs we have, the better. Another thing that's important is you want to make sure you're putting on Blood Shield accessories on the champions going prior to Seer. So that way, that's an additional buff. And then Seer has an additional buff to strip off all of the allies, which in turn creates more damage against the enemy waves. So Renegade, there she is. And then we've got, of course, Artak. For him, I didn't even turn anything on or off on round 1 or 2. On round 3, I just put to prioritize the HP burn, and then he'll do Dogs of War and his A1 at the same time. Again, he doesn't have full books, but yeah, 236 speed on him. Again, live arena bonuses. I have 275 resistance, and that's where the 75 additional resistance comes in handy because it comes directly from Oella from the aura. So when he gets to the boss, him and Oella are basically duoing because we get hit by the boss and everybody else dies. Of course, if I had better gear, then my Artak could have higher resistance. I might not even need Oella. Could probably just solo at the boss. But Oella does tend to die, and then he solos anyways. So it's kind of like a duo. Once she dies, he just solos the boss the rest of the way. So let's get into this. Yeah, so I'm really proud of this team. Of course, my Seer could be stronger. I could have better accessories and stuff like that. I don't have the gear. I don't have the silver, as you can see clearly. No silver, no energy. I don't want to waste all my gems. I want to save my gems as much as possible. So yeah, free to play problems. Let's run right into it. Let's see what we can do here. Showcase the team. Hopefully I actually clicked on the right team though. I hope. We'll find out if we lose. And that would really stink because that would be a waste of 40 energy, right? So we're going to do the reset. He's going to go. She's going to clam banner. And it's unfortunate we did not land the stun on all of them. But she still killed him. She does kill herself because of Tatora Rhymehide's passive, which has the reflect damage. So unfortunately, she just dies right there. So we don't even get her towards the boss. Or against the boss. So now that we're here, we start off with the HP burn. Oella's just there to help heal. That's why Oella's so strong. She's got the healing, she's got the increased resistance, and she has the buffs and increased speed. That's why she's so strong. And there's no reviver on the team, so it's kind of crazy. I see a lot of people that put revivers with Artak because they're afraid that he's going to die. But this is stage 9 of hard golem, or of hard ice golem, so shouldn't be a problem because we're positive affinity with Artak. As long as we're positive affinity, we're good. Now against the last stage, I would have to bring in a reviver because unfortunately the boss on this stage cannot crit Artak, and on the last stage the boss can crit Artak because he's neutral affinity. So I would have to think of another team to use for stage 10 ice golem hard, but I'll think of it at some point. I might have to just re-gear champions that I already have. Like, for example, Elva's a good person to use. I did use Pythion, but I was in more of a full team setup. And the team was slow. I just beat it once. I didn't actually try to do any more times just because stage 9 is much more high success rate. So since it's got a higher success rate, there's no point in me going back to stage 10. So I'd just rather keep this one here. And plus, this is an under 3-minute run, so I'm fine with it. It's not a big deal for now until I get it a little bit faster. And that's just by a matter of, you know, one-shotting both the waves. And then when we get here, we kind of want Oella to die. Because if the faster she dies, then the more likely the run will be faster with just Artak soloing. Because all we really need is Oella there for the high resistance. And when I tried this with other champions like Seer and with Renegade's aura of 40 resistance, unfortunately, they just don't have high enough resistance aura for Artak. He kept on getting the decreased defense. He kept on getting the heal reduction. And so he was actually dying on the stage. But if I get his stats a little bit higher, maybe in the future, I'll, bring him back in and see what we can do. Maybe I'll change out Oella and put somebody else in instead to make the run even faster. But yeah, that's the team. Not sure if I want to keep this or not, though. It doesn't have crit rate or speed. I'm just going to chuck it for now. Chuck it out. But that's the team, guys. I'll go ahead and showcase to you the actual gear that I use. So for Artak, we've got a regen set, perception set, 86,000 HP, 3,200 on the defense. He does have a blessing there. I put the miracle heal blessing because it heals up that decreased max HP that he gets. Again, he's not fully booked. He only has 2 books on the A1 and then no books here or here. The run would be a lot faster if I had him fully booked, I feel like. So if I fully book him eventually, maybe the run will go under 2 minutes, I'm hoping, because then he has a higher chance of instantly activating, or he does actually. I think he would have a higher chance of placing the HP burn. Yeah, 100% chance of placing HP burn. So we want a 100% chance here as well. Masteries, I've got him in the resistance unshakable mastery. Yeah, so regen gear. This is not crazy strong gear either. This is, it's mostly epic and rare. Yeah, pretty much all epic and rare besides this piece here, which is, ones down the board. So it's not really that strong. Yeah, so defense, of course, I can also has room for growth. I can get speed here. I can get additional speed here. I can pretty much get speed everywhere. I just don't have the glyphs right now. And then, so that's Artak. For Oella, random gear besides a speed piece or a speed set. And we've got 62, almost 63,000 HP, 3,400 defense, 268 speed, 406 resistance, 299 accuracy. Her skills are fully booked though. I would recommend doing that. She also has Miracle Heal. She's very, very strong with Miracle Heal. She's also extremely strong in Hydra, so don't sleep on her in Hydra. I actually use her for my Hydra Brutal team. Very, very strong. Yes, she only brings the decreased speed on 1, but she pretty much lands it every single time. It's pretty crazy. And the increased resistance and filter meter is, don't sleep on that ability. Masteries, I do have her in the accuracy one for support. I went with Lore of Steel and Cycle of Magic as well. And yeah, so the gear is halfway decent. Looking for defensive based stats. A lot of supporting stats. Seer, we've got her in a Savage set. And she's got 3,100 on the attack, 187 speed, 311 crit damage. You got to get 100% crit rate. Make sure to do that. Get at least 320 accuracy. I'm looking to try to re-gear her at some point. Maybe I can get her with a little bit more crit damage. I'm not sure, but I want to also increase her speed a little bit without breaking any of my tunes on other teams. I have her in Crushing Rend, which is helpful. Definitely super, super beneficial for the waves. So if she gets a 6-star blessing or 6-star empowerment, I guess, no, it's just a blessing, ascension, then once this is done, additional 10 speed is massive, is really massive for this champion. We've got additional attack and crit damage as well. That's huge. Plus it ignores 1% for every 10 levels. So 1% defense for every 10 levels is a lot stronger. And then masteries, I put the additional crit damage with Flawless Execution. Master Hexer as well to increase the chance or increase the debuff for Weaken. And yeah, so she's pretty strong. Of course, Archmage Helmet. You just want the speed and accuracy on him. 249 speed, 314 accuracy. That should be fine. Masteries. I completed his masteries basically. He's pretty much almost complete. Once I rank him up, I'll finish his masteries. I just don't need to finish him right now. But I did go with Lore of Steel. I went with Evil Eye. Additional speed if an ally dies. Personally, you could go with this one, but I don't think he really has anything other than stuns. Let me just see. Yeah, it's just a stun. So yeah, I wouldn't even go with... If you can get down to the accuracy Eagle Eye, if you need it, you could go with that. But personally, I would go with like Helm Smasher or War Master for additional damage on the waves. And then skills, he is fully booked. And I went with Cruelty. Reason why I go with Cruelty is because this helps Seer. Because when he does this ability right here, the Time Slip, he hits one and then he hits the rest of the enemies. And because Cruelty Blessing is here, it's going to decrease the target's defense by 1% per hit. So, since he hits them once, they're going to have a deduction or reduced defense. So that's pretty strong. especially when Seer's going to be there to try to clear the wave. And then for Renegade, she's fully booked. You want to fully book her if you can, or at least get the books into the sacrificial ritual. That's really all you need. 2 books in here and you're good to go. I went with Phantom Touch on hers. Helps with the wave a little bit. It's not massive. More so, that's big in Fire Knight having Phantom Touch. So I do use her in Fire Knight as well. Masteries, she doesn't have any masteries. She's also a rank 5. So 2 rank 5 level 50 champions. Oella, Artak, and Seer. Pretty reasonable team. Super awesome. Very fast run. 100% successful. I've had no losses on stage 9. So if you guys like the team, feel free to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Would really appreciate that a lot. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Take care.